Hey everybody, it's episode 68 of the DCC. We've got tons of news and information for you, so please stick with us. To all who come to this happy place, welcome to the DCC. Hey everybody, Dale here. John Lasseter is not returning to Disney Animation Studios. After a 6-month paid vacation, John Lasseter learned that no truly means no. And with Disney, they also mean no, as into working together anymore. It's one of those things, I guess I'm a little sad because John Lasseter touched all our hearts. And, well, some of our butts. But mostly our hearts. And some of our breasts. And I hope you can learn from your own films on how to treat people better. I was on the latest episode of Wookiee Radio. We talked about Solo. Michael and the guys are really great. There's also Jeremy from the Neverland podcast, which is also awesome. I haven't talked to him in forever. And it was a big group of dudes talking about Star Wars, and it was a lot of fun. And I will tell you that this group of guys were really positive. There are a couple things that I wish we had time to address, but it wasn't my show, and there's kind of concerns that people bring up that I'm always curious about why they're the concerns they bring up, because these are nice guys. They are not part of the men ruining Star Wars. They're just part of the Star Wars fandom, and they're very positive about Solo and excited for the new fans, and that's why I want to get their take. You know, why do good guys still not like some of the stuff that the bad guys on the internet don't like as well? But it was a really great conversation. I feel like I made some new friends, and it was just awesome. So really check out Wookiee Radio. They have like Marvel Geeks podcast and their and Weeby Geeks podcast. It's a great kind of group of guys out there on that. They're from Florida, all over, but so it was nice to be a part of that and talk more Star Wars with a good group of guys. It was really enjoyable. There's this Lego Disneyland. Vote on this Lego thing that we want to create, and so this person wants to create Disneyland, but it's not Disneyland perfectly mapped out. It's Disneyland as a concept. So you've got Tower of Terror beside Space Mountain, and if we know anything about Disneyland park aficionados, they sure love inaccuracy. I don't know how well this Lego thing's going to do. It looks good. It's a little low on the detail for my liking. Also, I'm one of those Disneyland people that really loves the map of Disneyland, and so if I'm gonna have a layout of Disneyland, I really want a layout of Disneyland. I wonder, actually, I would love to see, I'm gonna go and check out, see if there's like really high concept of maybe a map view, but with like tons of detail in it, because I'm looking for more Disney art. I don't have enough Disney art. And I want to put a big Disney art thing on the back of my wall somewhere in my place, and a map of Disneyland and all of its attractions would be right up my alley. I have to look into that for sure. Like, I need it. I have no money, but I need that. Continuing on with Star Wars, there's been finally, a new Star Wars game was kind of announced while, like, the guy in charge was sitting in a chair at E3 and was like, yeah, we're going to make a new Star Wars game. I was like, cool. Like, I'm going to guess it's 12 years out because you're just in the audience getting interviewed by it like it's the Oscars or something. It was really bizarre. But cool, sweet. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Spoiler alert, guess when it's going to take place between episodes 3 and episode 4. For a galaxy long time ago, can we maybe just get out of this 16-year span? Please, like, all the content is within 16 years. I want sequel era stuff. I'm so excited for Resistance, the animated series that's coming out, because yes, please, more sequel era stuff. I know what happens during that time. Like, even if I don't know the exact stories, I kind of know what happens. I want sequel story content. Please give me more sequel story content. And also, hashtag make Star Wars fun again. We finally got a new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trailer, and thank goodness, because I hated the first teaser. I was like, What's with the movement? It looks like it's on a weird low frame rate. As I saw the story and the animation unfold in the new trailer, I'm like, oh, cool. They're using a new kind of animation style, which will actually work really well with action sequences. We've got an older Peter Parker training Miles Morales and a Gwen Stacy hanging out there as well. I am very excited about this film. It is exactly the right type of thing they should be doing. We should be having other like middle end, like not doesn't have to be high end, like $250 million animated films, but we should be having some animated films about some of these characters. It's a great way to keep people engaged with Marvel and keeping the younger audience engaged with Marvel, but kind of still giving them the movie experience. All the animated stuff has been shunned to television, which is fine, but to go to a movie and watch an animated film about Spider-Man is an experience within itself. You know, I even enjoyed my time watching. They released Star Wars Clone Wars in theaters before it came out on TV, and I just enjoyed that experience. I was like, yay, new Star Wars content, huzzah! So you know, I'm glad that Spider-Man, I hope it does well, and I hope that they make more things like this and experiment with animation styles, because you know me, I love new animation styles, so I'm really excited about that. Speaking of beautiful animation styles, Incredibles 2 comes out on Friday. Are you going to go see it Friday, like the opening weekend? I am. I have to take my family to it, and then what else am I going to talk to you about if I don't go see it right away? So that's my excuse with my wife. She wants to see Incredibles 2. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm so excited for it. It's been a long time coming. I've got to watch the first one again, but I love it. I'm excited. We've wanted this a long time ago. I'm sad that I'm not getting another new IP, but they gave us Coco, and Coco blew my mind, and I love it. So it's okay to get another sequel. I'm okay with that. And we know that there's other new IPs in the works, which I guess Pete Docter is going to be maybe in charge of Disney Animation or Pixar. I don't know how that's going to unfold. You know, I've been thinking about John Lasseter a lot, and I was thinking maybe he doesn't need to leave the Disney company entirely. Maybe there's another job out there for him. Maybe he could be Mickey Mouse. They could make him Mickey Mouse, right? And he could just go around and hug everybody, and that would be totally fine. That would be a fine time to hug people. He could be like a bereavement counselor. That would also be a fine time to hug people. Maybe he can just tell everyone they get promoted, and that's another fine time to maybe hug somebody. So there's other job opportunities at Disney for John Lasseter, so we don't have to be too sad. No, I'm sure actually he'll probably create his own animation studio and then have it bought by Disney and then be in charge of Disney in another decade again. I guarantee John Lasseter will create a new animation studio. He'll have very clear guidelines on his HR. I'm sure will have their work cut out for them, but they'll have, I'm sure, very clear guidelines that he can follow and create this new animation studio where I guess a bunch of white dudes can collaborate and make animated films. I know some of you are probably like, "Hey, John Lasseter, like, I was there in the theater, Toy Story, like, I get it. It sucks, but he sucks. He used his power. He abused his power, you know, and made people uncomfortable. And he's acknowledged it, and we can't just forget about it." Disney released a cool trailer for Black Spire Outpost in Galaxies Edge. And what's cool about this trailer is that, yes, they've like done some it's all CG, but then they did like a back area of like clouds and mist and stuff. But that is actually, you can now see that and identify that as the limitation of the area going to be in Disneyland. And so you kind of actually get an idea of what perspective it will be in Disneyland, like what it's going to be like to walk around in Black Spire Outpost. I'm insanely excited. I really recommend checking out the trailer. Links will be below. Disneyland. Disneyland is where the magic in Disney is for me. I get the magic from movies as well, but Disneyland, when you go there, just envelops me in Disney magic, and I want it all over my face all the time. It looks amazing, and I think, again, this trailer really defines the space it's going to exist in. You can even see in the bottom left corner that it has the like the sandstone, I don't know what it's called, what that stuff is called, but like the frontier colored stone that is going to transition into the land. Perfect. I just can't wait for a Disney version of Harry Potter World. I don't know what that's going to be and how it and I'm just so excited for it. Like I can't wait. I'll just maybe not get the kids Christmas presents and birthday presents, and then I'll be able to afford to send myself to go to Disneyland. It's for business, kids. Sorry. A big way that you can help the show out is leaving a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, wherever you listen. We're all there. On Google, everywhere. Please leave reviews. It doesn't matter how many stars. Just tell people what you think about the show. Help us continue to grow. We're doing a really good job as a community, growing together. We've got Instagram. If you're not following at Network 1901 on Instagram, you should be. There are tons of great posts. Shannon and Josh are doing stories, and they're like going to like special events at Knott's Berry and for Disney, and they're doing cool things at Downtown Disney and stuff. And like, so our Instagram, if you checked out our Instagram before and you're like, yeah, it's okay, check it out now for sure, because it is like, as soon as Angie took over, it has been amazing. It's been amazing. I got in trouble. The other day. And I didn't handle getting in trouble well. But because I changed the Instagram post, and it's her realm and stuff like that, and I shouldn't have, but I got in trouble, and so I don't know. I've just been having a hard time. I'm like, I don't know. So it's weird. I'm like really navigating some people really well nowadays, and like other people I'm not navigating very well, and I don't know what it is. Something's like I felt like it's like you feel, like when you feel like you're doing good in some ways, and then you feel like you're just doing worse in like a similar way, but it's like, man, I got really good at drawing, but all of a sudden I can't color. like that's the best thing I could compare it to. It's like it's a weird thing. I love all the comments. Thank you for the love. It does make me think the world is backwards, but thank you for the love for my video and the support. The video has been doing pretty good. There's people on Reddit. If you guys haven't checked out, if you want like a safe Star Wars place, go to Star Wars subreddit Cantina. It's a very safe place for Star Wars fans. I really recommend it, and they seem to think that they should put some support behind men ruining Star Wars videos, so I appreciate that. So thank you. This has been episode 68 of the DCC. Thank you so much for taking your entertainment time and giving it to me. I'm going to drink it all up. I really appreciate it. People reaching out and having conversations is why I do this, and I love it. So thank you all. And again, make sure to check out the episode I'm on for Wookiee Radio. It's about Solo. It was a great time, and I usually, even though there's like 15 guys in this, no, there wasn't that many, but there was a ton of guys. I'm usually able to get a word in edgewise, just so you know. So you do get a bit of Dale. So it's good times, and I had a lot of fun, and I think I will be doing it again in the near future. So with that, I will see you in a galaxy far, far away. Bye, double hand wave.